Red, yellow, leather, red, yellow. Red, yellow, leather, red, yellow, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Oh my bad. Yeah, hey, look, I want y'all to understand something. I act remedial sometimes.
You act remedial! You say you act remedial sometimes. I heard remedial. That's a word, bro. Okay, how would the British say, oh my days? Oh my days.
Oh my goodness.
That's too funny. That's too funny.
But yeah, you know.
Are we recording? We are recording.
It just switched. It's just like, you know what?
You did it on auto direct?
No, I really did, man. It just said, hey, I want to say, screw what you thought. I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Wow. You sound like the current generation of humans on planet Earth.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
All right, guys. We are back with another episode from the minimally edited Cake Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Starring your boy, myself, Mr. Chocolate himself, Monk Jig, depending on the day. And to my left, that would be Jeremy. Some folks call him
Extra regular.
No, they call him Jeremiah or Chocolate.
Extra regular.
Put the hot breath at the end.
Gotta put the hot breath in. There's no.
There's no way. Make sure the breath is hot.
Yes.
On the end.
We gotta warm up this cold one. So put the hot breath on the end of it. Okay?
Come on.
All right. Oh man. So, look, let's not get straight to the point. Let's not get straight to the point. You know, we usually have a little discussion beforehand.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's see what we got. We got the NBA world right now. Luka Doncic trade. Steph Curry and the GSW, they're looking pretty good with Jimmy Buckets. That's a thing. Then you have that State of the Union or 100-day speech, State of the Union address last night. I stayed up. I don't know if you know.
All right, so I'm gonna bring you from my perspective, okay? I don't get to view any of this. I'm watching Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
Oh, that show's about to. Hey, my name is Black Panther. I love Black Panther with that unknown accent. Hey, Spidey, thank you for helping me. Then who was it? The Rhino?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you, Spidey. I hate you, Spiders. I hate you, spiders.
Yo!
Oh my God,
Like,
bro.
so that's my perspective. And then me and Destiny we're back in. We roll back in. We do some Wheel of Fortune and we do some Jeopardy.
Yeah.
We try to tie in some spelling.
Yeah.
And then some unknown knowledge to the common man.
Right.
With Jeopardy. And then then after that, we're somewhere in there. We eating dinner. After that, bath time.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's bedtime. So for me to see anything, I guess you would say, in the world of any pop culture, any news, that stuff has to come during the day. Like, it has to come while I'm at work. And currently I am off of social media.
I was gonna ask you why.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing it technically for Lent.
Okay.
So I am me and Destiny and Taylor Liberation Foundation, we said, are going to a church online, Change Church out of Atlanta. Dr. Darius Daniels.
Okay. Is that dark skin buddy? Like bigger dark skin buddy?
He's really good.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. But I'm sorry, continue.
So, you know, he was saying, he was talking about it a little bit. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it out. You know, it's supposed to be 40 days.
For sure.
So, social media, I'll say this, social media for me, I don't need it.
But I was just gonna say, I was like, why is he giving it up? It's not like a thing that's like, it's not gonna change it, not necessarily not gonna change his life, because I know you're intaking some info off of there. But if someone said, Jeremy, you can't have Facebook right now, you'd be like, oh, is that the big news? Like, I don't think it would make you flinch one bit. With me, I'd be like, oh, really? No good memes. And then I go about my business and come back here and bake some cheesecakes.
Right.
So I would care a little bit more than you, but I think essentially, like, when you told me that, I was just like, I know he ain't getting himself into no issues online. The boy posts once every 3 days. Maybe recently, these last couple of days, you posted like maybe once every day, but it was like a singular sentence that was meant to maybe invoke a little bit of conversation, but not much conversation that I thought you were going to go back and forth with anybody on.
No. And that's the other part I really want you guys to understand. I really don't care
Yeah.
what you think about what I'm thinking about. Like, I
don't care.
like there's very few people who actually have any sway on where my thought process goes. You're looking at one of them right here, okay? And then my wife
Yeah.
is the second. Okay?
Yeah.
And then my son tells me something. Okay. All right.
So,
Outside of that,
yeah.
every last one of your opinions are straight into the daggum toilet bowl, flushed down with the poop.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just saying. I'm not going back and forth with anybody.
I'm not going back and forth with you boys.
No. Not
Oh
even necessary. So yeah, you know, like it, so I would say this. It's not necessarily what's being taken away, is what's being gained.
Okay.
And so time,
Yeah.
definitely being more focused towards God.
Sure.
And trying to grow closer there.
That makes sense.
So that's honestly what this is for me. Because I'll just get on, like, if I'm on social media at all in the first place, I go down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a rabbit hole of just funny stuff, just like
This is just coming.
I'm just on there watching people make a literal set of cheeks out of themselves, bro. Like, just like you are hilarious for being so dumb. And that's it.
They do good at it.
It's like, because I'm laughing at this because I'm like, I would never do this.
For
Like,
sure.
There's no way I'm ever doing this. And furthermore, there's no way I'm getting caught on camera doing any of this.
Yeah.
Okay? So, again, that's where I would say if there's anything that I would say that I missed, it's just laughing for an hour straight at some of the dumbest stuff you've ever seen in your life. So that would be it. So yeah. But again, God talked to me about that. Talked to me, said, "Hey, look, You kind of don't want to be laughing at crude jokes, laughing at dirty things like that. But that stuff, I'll be honest with you.
The internet's a funny.
It's a funny place, and some of the stuff people be saying and doing is hilarious, bro.
All time funniness, bro.
Yeah,
all time funny for sure.
It's crazy. The internet never loses.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So,
did you send me? Was it today that you sent me the message about reading Leviticus 27?
Yeah,
I was insane. Yeah, I read the whole chapter today. That was. Well, I mean, I listened to it, right? So that was what was on the way to school today with Dallas. So,
bro, we kind of we'll dive back into what the main topic is today, but you know how we were like, people think that they're just priceless. Okay, they're just,
the world wouldn't know what to do without them.
Like, you're priceless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we even said, only in God's eyes. Well, according to Leviticus, most of y'all only worth
30 shekels. Shekels was the word. I said shekels. Okay. And Tina's with your age.
And Tina's with your age.
So it's just like, oh, you're a little infant. That's only about 7 shekels.
Yeah.
During your main time, you got the 35. And once you hit 60, it was 60. You back to 20 shekels. You're back to 20 shekels.
Your value has went down.
Oh, yeah. That value. Yeah, the boys say it be swing.
Bro.
I had to go back and read and say, wait, 60, 20 shekels. I said, so I'm 35 shekels right now. Doing good. This is the best it's gonna get.
It's the best you're gonna get right here.
Because it's gonna go
with these 35 shekels, boy. This is it, bro.
Oh.
So I say all that too to say, like, don't get me wrong. Yeshua definitely came and died for your sins.
No doubt.
Because he knew you couldn't do it. Okay?
Yeah.
But there's technically a price on your head, bro.
And it's measured in shekels.
It's shekels, bro.
Shekels.
How
And even if you don't have the shekels, you got to go back to your priest and do something worth the shekels.
Major fact.
So it's not even, if you don't have the money for the shekels, then you got to go back and do something for the shekels, which it was very interesting because I remember.
I'm sorry.
Not $10. Not even a full 10.
Yeah.
You are worth
you're
a
not
Five
even-
Guys cheeseburger.
You're not even worth the OnlyFans membership, bro. God, dog.
The OnlyFans membership is crazy.
So
35 shekels to the dollar is crazy, but that's a mad wild thing to throw into your Google. Oh my days! Why would you? Whoa! That's crazy.
Well, I had to find out, bro. I had to find out. That's crazy, bro. $10, bro. So that means to tell me most of y'all niggas out here charging overboard, bro. Y'all are charging overboard for some of this, bro.
All right, that's great. That boy gonna go Google it. It's been wild. Well, it's shekels of silver, man. Okay, not just regular shekels.
Oh, God.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was good. I looked over the phone. What is that boy over here Google? Okay. Hey, go give y'all past the $10 worth of work too.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
clearly ain't got it. You clearly ain't got it. All right. Let's get to the topic at hand. No, we're just talking. Put 35 shekels to USD. They said $9.67. That's at your peak too. So that means when you're 40, you had a solid
425.
425,
you
bro.
hit 60, you had 425.
Bro, yo, 425 is wild, bro. That's like, that was minimum wage in like 1945, bro.
You can't even get the 4 for 4. You ain't even work for 4 for 4. Okay.
Golly, bro. All right. So, we are talking about gratitude versus negativity. Thank God we are priceless and not worth 35 shekels, bro.
Yeah, brother, listen here. Because 35 shekels, I'll let you go. I don't. You think I'm going to die for a group of $10 folks? The devil. It's a lot. Okay, how many $10 folks did this?
That's crazy, bro. So, first off, you know, I would say also one of the things, you know, that, you know, God was dealing with me on was like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be so negative. Maybe you shouldn't be so hard on people.
We don't want to.
Because like last week, I was telling y'all niggas ain't worth nothing, boy.
Oh my
Hey, look,
gosh.
I'm real, bro. I'm real. I say it. Look, y'all make bad decisions on a consistent basis,
Often.
and
I don't know.
nah,
I don't know.
like, look, DKery, okay, Dunning-Krugers. Most people don't understand that they are not that intelligent, but they really think so.
They believe it.
They believe that. Oh my gosh, that song that just came in my head. Don't stop believing.
They haven't stopped.
Bro, they have not stopped believing. They are the cream of the crop.
Nothing to show.
That's crazy talk. So that's one of the things that, you know, I'm trying to work on a little bit better. Like, hey, let's give people a break.
Well, yeah, and I think we spoke about that before, where I was just like, hey, man, look at this video. We can't become cynics with the world.
Yeah.
Because the world can, and I think that's partially what's going on with our society, and, especially politics. We've definitely become incredibly cynical of everything.
Yeah.
And it affects the way you think
Yes.
about certain things. And you gotta go, like, there's gotta be something good. Something. You got to go find it. Whereas the foolishness is just forced down your face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Major facts. You know, the question for this is, in a world that often highlights bad news and struggles, how can we train our minds to focus on gratitude without ignoring reality? And that's a very, very difficult, I would say, difficult thing to do.
yeah.
Without ignoring the reality that things aren't great. Like, let's be real. But things aren't awful at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in America, we've got it made.
For sure.
We got it made. Like, we can talk about our president-elect.
And we can talk. So here goes the way I've even thought about it, because it made me think about it. My brother who lives in Liberia called me last week. And he was finally excited to get me on the phone. It was a group chat. He was with his wife and he was with his kids. So that was like one of the first times I saw his kids and his kids saw me. And I say they knew who I was in relation to them. And they just wanted to stay on the phone with me for like 20 minutes and not saying anything. And so, of course, they go like, Uncle Jay is a businessman. He's this, he's that. And they were just like, look, he's in the grocery store. They're looking around like I'm showing them the grocery store because it's like a grocery store. And you know what I'm saying? They've got the market, but if you've ever been out of the country into some of these other places, a market and a grocery store, completely separate building. Because completely separate thing. Market, outdoors, in whatever elements you're in. Grocery store, air conditioned. I got a cute little cart. I'm pushing around. My phone's propped up.
Yeah.
Opposed to getting all these bags on your hand and then trying to talk. So things are not the best, but they, like you said, they can be worse.
Major facts.
It can be worse. So try not to figure out that like sometimes I got to stop and go, first world problem.
Major facts.
It's not that deep. First world problem. And realizing that first world problems essentially are blessings. Right?
Yes.
Essentially, it's a blessing to have a first world problem, right? So, I it's good. So,
I would, and I would say not only that is and we'll talk about this at a later date, is romanticizing trauma.
oh, that's yep.
And romanticizing a bad situation, or I know a lot of people don't like to talk about the devil, or don't like to talk about Satan, or don't like to talk about the enemy. He's got us believing that, like you said, the grocery store and those prices, they're awful and they're bad, and they're like, no, this grocery store packs food for you.
Yes.
Every single day. Before COVID happened, Walmart was open 24 hours a day. You can literally walk out your house at 2 o'clock in the morning. You want to know how I know? Because I did it. And I went in there and I grocery shopped. Nobody was in the freaking building besides me and the Walmart people, okay?
Yeah.
And they had bananas and oranges and apples and bread and meat and drink, like everywhere, bro.
Yes, all over the place.
And so to sit there and say like, oh, this is awful, and we gotta pay $5 for a lemon. Yeah, or you don't have to get the lemon. You literally don't have to get the lemon.
Fair. So,
And if you really want me to be quite frank with you, a lot of us probably need to put down the spoon and fork and knife all together.
yeah, just let it rest.
You
Just let it rest.
just put it down, just for a second,
A little bit.
just for a second.
Just a little bit.
It would help.
A little bit.
It would help.
For sure.
I'm trying so hard.
That's it. Okay. Move on. Next one. Next one. Come on.
We got so hard. I'm like, oh my God, the earth is on its axis.
Spin like this on the side.
They heavy over here in the United States, bro.
It wasn't this bad. I'm focused on an idiot for
Oh
real.
my God.
All right.
So yeah, there's that. Next one, daily gratitude habits. What are some simple yet powerful daily practices that can help us cultivate gratitude even when life feels overwhelming?
What was it? Was it a rap song or like it was a saying that at one point you were praying to be where you are. As hard as like I even have to think about it with my shop, right? So I'm in here 12, 13 hours a day. I used to only be able to be in that other bakery from 8 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Or during her close hours. That was the only time I got to be in there. Now, I get to be here whenever I want to. I get to open the door whenever I want to, get to lock the door whenever I want to. So although I'm here all day, every day, the alternative is to not be in here at all. And so sometimes I gotta remind myself of like, or you could not be baking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're baking, or you could not be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my number one thing when I'm over here. Let's see, I've been in here since 10, 11 o'clock today. I didn't get, oh no, I did a little bit because I had Dallas. No, I went to a nap today. So it's not uncommon, like understanding that you used to pray for these problems, right? And so, not to digress too far, but old head told me you get to pick your problems. If you get to pick your problems, if you don't pick them, they will pick you.
Major facts. I say it like this: if you don't take on life, life gonna take you.
For sure. And so, being able to pick my problems is, I think it's a blessing because I get to pick first world problems. And I guess for me, I was raised by third world parents. And so my third world parents understood that it could not. You know, I used to argue at my mother for getting my youngest boy clothes. Until she sat down like, Daniel, they're clothes. Like, she's a baby. She's not even a year old. The fact that you can actually have clothes for her is a thing. So if there's a dinosaur or a princess boss, you better put it on a kid. I had to sit down and think like, oh, that's actually a thing.
Yeah.
So to her, some of that stuff isn't a rough time. It's just a normal Tuesday, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But and like kind of to get where you're hinting at is we are afforded to think about those trivial things.
Yeah.
Like and we've talked about this in the past, in the United States at such a privileged position that we're actually thinking about gender.
That's the thing.
And, you know, we are not going to go off into that whole deal, but we are privileged enough to for people to actually make a decision.
Or that to even be a discussion. And it to be a serious discussion. As trivial as it might sound,
yes,
the fact that you can have that discussion,
yes,
and it actually be a discussion is crazy.
It's wild.
Because I've never heard anyone in Africa ask about what a gender is. None of them questioned it, not even a little bit.
And I've said this to several people over time. It's like you strip all of this stuff away. The air conditioning, the heat, the refrigerators. We're back to prehistoric times where it's survive, adapt, or die. Like you're not thinking about all the negative things. You're just thinking about the next meal.
Yep.
You're not thinking about, oh my gosh, she looks great.
Can she cook?
Can she cook? Like, I'm about to go catch this what's the name?
Yeah.
I'm about to go catch this food. Can you cook it?
Yeah. And she said she ain't cooking.
She said she ain't cooking?
Yeah. Let her die.
Keep walking. Keep walking. As a bear up the hill, it's gonna get. I remember you said you wanted to be in the woods with the bear instead of me. Oh, my bad.
Well, here's your chance.
My bad. You know, I have to go.
Yeah,
so we're literally having discussions on things that are, I would say, outlandish.
Yeah, fair.
Because we're just that privileged. We're just that rich.
Yes.
Because most of the people the money that you make in the United States, you would be rich in another country, like crazy rich in another country.
Yep, for sure.
And that's just That's just
the way it is.
so. Being thankful for what you got is paramount. Being grateful for what you got, like, like I have to throw my hands up to God every single day. Like, woof, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is awesome.
This is amazing. And
I'm on this side of the dirt. Pretty lit.
Yeah.
Pretty.
You got
headaches, but it's pretty lit.
Right. Right.
I take a little headache. It's pretty lit out here.
And so, just maintaining that attitude of gratitude. And nobody's diminishing the problems you may or may not have. But I would dare say the blessings you have far outweigh the problems.
Correct. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. All right. So next one: overcoming toxic positivity. How do we balance genuine thankfulness with acknowledging hardships without falling into toxic positivity? I mean, we kind of talk.
Just be real.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit. But I mean, look, that's religiosity, I would say. When you think about a lot of the people who come from, I would say, a traditional church. This is the day that the Lord has made. You are completely right. He made it. I will be glad and rejoice in it. You are completely right. But here's something else.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not in this situation. I don't have money to pay my light bill. Yeah. That's a thing.
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people. That's a thing. So you can't be desensitized and apathetic to someone else's situation. You gotta also be real and like, hey, look, God's got blessings to hand out. And hopefully you're that person to help hand out that blessing.
Too straight.
Or at least help, like just a little bit. If possible. If possible. Don't put yourself out trying to
help somebody else.
Help somebody else out. I think far too often that has happened in certain situations. A lot of parents do that for their children, and I don't think you're not teaching your children well. You're not teaching your children how to survive, especially if you're gone. Like if you're gone,
yeah, they gotta be able to figure it out.
The kids gonna have to figure it out on their own. It's gonna suck when that daggone life slapped them in the face, man.
Life don't even slap them. It's their upper body.
Jesus.
Just stop slapping people. Listen, y'all tweak. Let me get y'all for real.
Oh my goodness.
Tank Davis. Okay.
Who won that fight?
It was a major draw.
It was a major
draw. It's a lot of things that people say on Mount Road should have won. Some people think Tank should have won. Tank outlanded him. If you just look at the box score, the boxing box score, I don't know if they call it a box score, but it's the punch count. Tank did much better. More significant strikes were landed by Tank. But then there was like a part where Tank said he had grease in his eye from when he got his hair done, and he took it because he couldn't see. And they said they should have counted it as a knockdown. And that knockdown would have gave Labat the belt. There's some kind of controversy, who knows? They'll figure it out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Or they'll fight again.
Yeah, fight again. Because, we gotta run the tickets up again.
Yeah, gotta run it up.
Gotta run it up. All right. The science of gratitude. Research shows that gratitude can improve mental health and overall well-being. Can you share some scientific insights or personal experiences that highlight this connection?
Life is better when you're happy. If you're faking it till you make it, it's better than just being sad all the time.
Major factors.
Being happy that I've got red water and some little watered down diluted drink is better than complaining that I don't have my favorite drink, right?
Right.
And so I'll be able to appreciate these more. So it's really simple.
What I would say, what would you say? Honestly, I mean, we talked about this before. To a society who has quote unquote been diagnosed and self-diagnosed with mental health issues.
To get over it. That was aggressive. But and of course they'll say, well, it's not that easy. Touche. But I don't know much, but I know sitting in a room crying about whatever your problem is, I know there's zero chance of that making it better. So, I mean, the least you can do is go outside and fail and try. Go outside and try to make yourself better. It's better than the known 100% sitting in your sadness is not going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
No one was like, bro, I let myself be sad for 2 years, and guess what? I'm not sad anymore. I don't think that conversation has ever been had. And so, since it hasn't been had, I can tell you, somewhere outside of your sadness is how you get out of your sadness.
Thanks.
And that's just that. I don't know if that's scientific, but that is common sense-rific.
I would say that it is scientific. And so there's, I don't know, is it a verse? Is it in the scripture that says sin begets sin, more sin?
Or, that's a good question.
I don't know if it's a
I've heard it.
Yeah.
So at the very minimum, it's a saying of an older saying of sorts.
Right. And so I would say usually you can translate from one meaning to another meaning. So happiness begets more happiness, or sadness begets more sadness.
For sure.
So at some point in time, you gotta break the cycle. You gotta break that whole chain there, and you gotta start a new path. And I can tell you confidently, being on the internet is not one of those things that helps you get out of that sadness. For a lot of people, again, it's not a big deal for me. I just like laughing at silly people. Like that is my great time. Like it is hilarious.
That's a fact.
But for other people, it is extremely bad. A lot for females. Females, you possibly should jump off the internet as quickly as you possibly can.
I mean, just throw your head away from it.
Just get away from it, because it is constant. There are way more standards and
Regulations?
Yeah, you can say regulations. I would say there are way more standards to compare yourself to. Let's just leave it at that. Because there are so many females online that you do not look like, and quote unquote look better than you. Most of these females who do look better than you probably has had some sort of work.
Or they're in a different place in their life.
And yes, and they're in a totally different place in their life. You might be 45 and they 25. You're just not. It's not going to bode well.
Yeah, just in different places in your life.
Yeah, and so I would say for a lot of females, Run away from the internet as fast as possible. Be the best person that you could possibly be in your life, in the present, and learn as many skills as you possibly can.
Yep.
Like that.
That would keep me.
That'll absolutely keep. I don't know what most females are striving to be. It seems like most females are striving to be the next basketball wife or next football wife. I just like just being real. That's kind of what it seems like. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of common sense that goes into how people are structuring their lives.
No, not at all.
And again, I'm trying not to be cynical about it, but the reality is, like, I just shot you a video, like, yo, this is like, this is the future. This is the future, bro.
You know it can't be.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You're twerking on video. You fell into a pool, and you hurt yourself. And then your friend didn't help the situation.
Nah, laughing. Camera.
She's laughing at
Look
you.
at her, big dummy.
And screaming at the same time. So she's making you and her look ultra stupid at the same exact time.
And you swerving down, that's your best.
That's your best friend. She a real bad. No, my bad.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it is, and this is one of the things I'm going to teach my son. It is ultra important the friends that you choose. Ultra important. Like, you first. We've said before. We've got the same themes, so y'all know we consistent at least. First major choice, making you sure the Lord of your life. Your second biggest decision in your life, not in these orders, okay, is who you choose to be your spouse.
That might be all talking to you. You sound like you're talking to nowhere. But yeah.
And then number three,
The rest of who you decide to associate yourself with.
is your friends.
Yeah.
But the friends hopefully should come before the spouse.
Yeah, but yes, but the spouse is more important.
No, it doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
The
as
decision.
far as importance, yes. That was 1, 2, 3. God, spouse, friends. In that order as importance. How that happens in life is totally different story.
Okay.
Totally different story. But those things are uber important.
That's true.
And here's somebody said this too. You know, Jesus, he had his three. Peter, James, and John.
Peter, James, and John.
Right? And they saw him transfigured on the mountain. Meanwhile, the other 9 disciples are down the mountain. Okay? And the story basically goes, he comes down the mountain, the Pharisees and the Sadducees are down there arguing with arguing with the other disciples. A man brings his child. He tries to get the child exorcised because he said the demon makes him convulse, makes him catch seizures, and throws him into the fire and the water. They couldn't exorcise the demon out of the child. Okay? That's not the story I'm getting at. I'm getting at, imagine if every time Jesus came back from solitude or praying and stuff like that, and he always had to fix the 12 disciples' issues.
Buddy better have time to be the Messiah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
You know what I'm saying? So, to say that it's super important who you choose to be your friends, who you choose to do life with, is super important.
It is.
It is an understatement.
For sure.
And don't get me wrong. Yeah, absolutely. Jesus could have came down. I mean, he's God. He could have came down, got them together, in a matter of seconds and been fine. But all great men, I would even say all great women, they had a good backing, good foundation.
That's what you need.
If you don't have that, you're starting to spin your wheels, and time is slipping away because you're having to deal with a lot of stuff that you actually shouldn't have to deal with.
That's true.
So again, number one, God. Number two, spouse. Number three, friends.
Yes.
And be grateful for them. Show gratitude. Show your friends.
Yeah, there we go. Gratitude.
Yeah. Show your friends gratitude.
They might reciprocate it.
You know what I'm saying? It's good. Like, yo, I love you, bro. Yeah, I got you, bro. What you need, bro? Like, if I ain't got it, you got it. If you ain't got it, I got it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, spreading gratitude. Kind of talked a little bit about this. How can our own attitude of thankfulness influence the people around us and create a ripple effect in our communities?
Say that last sentence again.
How can our own attitude of thankfulness influence the people around us and create a ripple effect in our communities?
Well, you see what your homeboy's doing. If your boy's having a bad day, if your boy's not to his tip top, I believe it's wholeheartedly your job to pick him up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all remember the clip that went viral. Buddy misses the shot and he's got his head down on the basketball court. Other buddy come back and pick his head up. Physically puts his hand on his chin and picks his head up.
Yeah.
Physically does not allow him to hang his head.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what you can do. You can talk to your friends to ensure that they don't become one way or the other and kind of talk them through it. So you physically have to go and break bread with your whoever the person is. And I believe that can kind of leak. There's only so much of my dancing and singing that I'm going to do looking like a fool before you start to laugh or lighten up a bit. Mm-hmm. So I very much believe in doing, just being present and being in a place of gratitude and bringing that energy into the walls wherever you dwell.
Yeah.
Or wherever you'll be at. I should say not where you dwell.
But it mentioned communities. How does it ripple through community? I would venture off to say that it just starts. It starts with one thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people try to make a big splash.
Yeah.
Just put one drop in the bucket.
Yep.
And hopefully somebody else see you, and then they put a drop in the bucket. And then somebody see them, and they put a drop in the bucket. And it just should
Snowball itself.
snowball, yeah. The reality of it is we've talked about this before, is everybody's looking out for themselves.
Yeah.
And that is not how we succeed as a human race.
Yes, correct.
If we could stop fighting for 10 minutes,
Justin.
we probably could get a lot accomplished.
I agree.
That goes not just societally, but family-wise. If we could just like, hey, you know what? You know a bit more about this. You take the lead on this. You let me know what to do.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely not enough of that.
I've thought about that a lot. It's like, if my family could just stop for a second and be like, all right, you know what? We're gonna all come together. Cause I got 4 brothers and sisters.
That's enough.
Alright, we're gonna and not to mention, we've got 4 brothers and sisters. Between us, there's like 18 kids.
Sheesh.
So if we could all just
Community
community that damn thing.
Sheesh. Good luck. It'd be a force.
But the reality is everybody's off doing their own thing and not receptive to, hey, let's work on something together.
Folks don't like that. They want to be chief Indian.
Yeah. Major facts.
And it simply doesn't work like that. So, as humans, we have to spread all of this stuff to our immediate groups and circles and hope that they spread it. Because that's the only way that you're really going to, that's the best way to get the most people involved. They need to hear it from somebody they trust.
Yeah.
So you say it, and then some other people hear it that you may know them, you may not. Your brother knows them, your sister knows them, and you can kind of snowball it into that.
Yeah. Because we've talked a little bit about this too. Is most I guess you could say foreign families and stuff like that, they will come to the United States and you've got 3 or 4 families living in the house.
Not a 3-bedroom house.
In a 3-bedroom house, bro. And they're just grinding.
For sure.
They're just grinding. And then next thing you know, pop out 5 years down the road, And
when they pop out, boy,
they pop out.
they pop out because they got it.
You know, and then you think about that. You think about that. It don't even have to be. It don't even have to be 8. I would say 8 incomes coming into the house.
Like who was it? It wasn't Andrew Tate. We talked about it. But it was somebody else who was just like, we have all of the men go out and work, and all of our wives, they take care of all of the kids. They all do all of the laundry. They all clean all of the house, and they all make all of the meals. And it was just like, it's 4 men, and we're all going to go work at the same job site. So we only have 1 car, and we all go to 1 job site with 1 car. And so we save on gas. And how many vehicles we need to purchase. All of the wives are going to do. We don't have daycare because if 1 wife can't take care of it, there's 3 more to go.
Yeah.
And then if she's tired of cooking, then there's one of the other 3 to cook. So they always got the support is always, support's always there because there's always somebody around.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's a thing. I heard somebody else say this though too. It's like, is most, especially for, I would say for, like as you say, Black Americans, African Americans, we still have a crazy mindset that goes along or that has trickled into the future with us. And so a sister will not invite her other sister to stay inside her house because she thinks her sister's going to take her man. And let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be honest. In a lot of cases, that's not completely untrue. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a reality. Is because most people are satisfied within themselves, and so then they've got to take something else that they see somebody else has.
Gotta fill that void.
Yeah. And so we are in a time right now where it's great. Like again, it's great. Like the opportunities that we have, the amount of space, the amount of access that we have is phenomenal. But the reality is, at the same time, we're also misusing that access and misusing different things that we are afforded to have, opportunities that we have. And so that kind of creates that negative space that we're seeing and talking about. So I tell you what, being grateful over negative, eesh.
Yeah, much better. Life will always go better for you if you're thankful than if you're not.
Major facts.
Always.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, that's that. That's the episode.
Yeah.
What is it? There's a saying. I don't know. Be grateful. Don't become cynics. Read something positive purposely, on purpose. There's enough foolish going on in the world. Yes, there's some stuff going on in the world. Block that out. Get some positivity in your life.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, yeah, man. Go watch a baby penguin. I'm a fan of those. They're pretty dope. Baby penguins are pretty dope.
Major facts.
Yeah. All right, then. We gone.
Y'all take it easy.